What is up, babes? Today we are making a video, not on a Friday. In fact, I'm making this video on Tuesday. I'm gonna upload it immediately afterwards, and probably get it out tomorrow at noon, Wednesday, which is the 1st of December, which means two things. One, this year's going by so fast, it's kind of crazy. And two, tomorrow's when Stone Ocean drops, which is why I'm doing this video earlier. And it's kind of just, as somebody who is completely, maybe not completely, but mainly in the dark for Stone Ocean, kind of what I want to see, what I think it'll be like, where it might fall in terms of my favorite parts, which you guys know, if you can't tell from the posters, it's 3. But yeah, just kind of talking about Stone Ocean with the trailer and the opening. And it being on Netflix, I hear 11 or 12 episodes is coming out, which I don't know if it's about half, but maybe a third or half of it just immediately, which I like, because I don't like waiting week to week. I might even wait a little bit, but at the same time, since I do these, I should probably watch all 12 and then make another video on what I think of it immediately. So, what are my thoughts to start? So, I hear that Stone Ocean is the worst part. The reason I didn't read it is just because I knew once I finished part 5 the beginning of this year that it was coming out sometime this year, so I didn't see the need to rush and read it. Now, if you watch a lot of these videos, you know that I will read just about everything, and I actually prefer to read these things, but I was not motivated when everyone told me it's the worst part. I love Araki as an author, and I'm sure he took good care of this one, but I hear this is just the speed bump for the best part that everyone agrees on, which is number 7. So I'm excited for part 7, very excited, even though that's probably way down the line. I will read that one. Once this one's done, I will read that one. I might even get bored with Stone Ocean and read through it, but the animation looks clean, just like how JoJo has been improving on it throughout the ages, throughout time, from part 1 to part 6. I mean, part 5 looked beautiful, and part 6 looks very good. In the trailer, I mean, taking place in a prison. I love the prison setting. I love it. So, what could be making it not good for people that have already read it and seen it and they're just like, I don't like this part, is I hear the stands are really weird. I hear that they're not as attractive as they should be. But this is kind of to be expected. So since part 3 was very simple. Silver's Chariot, what's your name? Star Platinum, Phantom's Red, all these are very simple. Very external quirks. They shoot fire, they have a sword, they punch people. They're all pretty simple. Now once you look at part 5's stands, they get way more complex. Not all of them. I won't say all of them get very complex, but like the mirror dimension, I guess that one wasn't too complex, but some of these, like Requiem, which is very tough to explain, like cause and effect, along with King Crimson, but those got a little complex. I love part 5, and I thought that those kind of being in tandem with each other, which is kind of how they BS the dub on that one, but I loved part 5. I loved it, and I have nothing but good things to say about part 5. Now, coming with part 6 with Mr. Kujo's daughter, I don't know what to expect. I love the fact that they're in a prison. Now, I'm pretty sure what I saw in the trailer is it doesn't appear like it's her fault that she's going to prison, like she was set up probably because she's linked to Jotaro, and everyone just doesn't like that guy because that guy's justice, and he gets it done. He kicks everyone's butts who needs to be taught a lesson. But some of the characters, they don't look like super interesting. I would love to eat my words, and I've heard like certain stuff about the prison in general, but like Impel Down, not to bring up One Piece for too long, but Impel Down is like one, if not my favorite part from One Piece. I love the prison break aspect, and when Jotaro comes in and says, I'm getting you out of here, like you can't stay here, because it's kind of a setup. Like her being in there, there's a reason why she's in there. Either they want to get to her, or they want to get to Jotaro. And I don't know who the bad guy is. I don't know if it's someone from the past. I would love that. But usually Araki works in trilogies, so I'm assuming it's somewhat linked to part 4, just because he works in trilogies. Like these 3 should kind of link together. Maybe even a little bit of part 3 in there, but we'll see. Speaking of part 4, my least favorite part to this point, which a lot of people very much disagree with, and I understand it. I'm not a slice of life guy. So the fact that they're going to be in prison, which seems like the whole time, and they're not going to be on an adventure, kind of hurts its chances of it being my favorite. Just because Part 3 and Part 5 are my top 2, and on both of those they go on epic journeys, like throughout the land in order to accomplish a goal, which I always love. Whether they're on the run or whether they're being attacked, I love it. But them being stuck in a prison will be interesting. I don't know how that's going to work with stands. I don't know if the bad guy is the person running the prison, is a prisoner themselves, or what's going on with that. What was the name of the prison? Like Dolphin something? It seems interesting. I am interested. It has piqued my interest. I'll probably watch the first episode as soon as it comes out tomorrow. I just don't know what to expect. I think I'm going into it with very low expectations just because of what I've heard, but I hope that it's great. I really do hope that it's great, but I know this one ends the trilogy because Part 7 goes way back and Araki kind of does another spin on Part 1 basically, which I hear is a fantastic western, which we probably won't be getting for another 2 years, but that's exciting stuff. So I'm going in with it probably being my least favorite, just because with everything that it has, I've seen some of the stands, the baseball kid, I'm just like not impressed yet. I like the animation. Part 5 was getting maybe a little too weird. The noses, I don't know what it is. I had a conversation with somebody about the noses specifically and how they're weird. The noses are weird, and it looks like it's the same in Part 6. I don't know what they're doing with the noses. And what bugs me the most is that they do it to my boy Jotaro. And I'm like, dude, he had like the best nose ever, and now you're gonna give him these weird little lines? I don't know. Araki's art design, I will not doubt Araki because he is the man. He's still, I mean, he just finished Part 8. I think JoJo Lands, it could be a rumor, but is coming out Part 9, which would be the trilogy of trilogies, which one of the greatest mangaka of all time. But we're talking about his show that's being adapted to Netflix. But we'll see. I have low expectations, which is probably a good thing because maybe I'll come out thinking that it's pretty good. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. I'm sure by the time this comes out, some of you have already watched it. Some of you maybe already know that you hate it going into it as well. But I've heard very little good things about this part. But I'm excited because Araki's the man. The first 5 parts were all great. Even though I have an order of which I like them all. Even though I think Part 4 is the worst, I still think it has its moments. And the fights that Araki's able to implement is just great. So I am, even though I have low expectations, I am excited because the way the fights work in JoJo is just so interesting to me. Where he writes himself into a corner. I think in his book, because I read this book that he wrote about being a mangaka. And he talks about how he'll write himself into a corner just because he wants to feel like the main character trapped in that situation that they have to get out using their stand in this case. Because he was able to do that in Part 1 and Part 2 without stands. I like stands. I know some people don't like stands. But yeah, we'll see what he does. I am excited. It should be good. We get a bunch of episodes immediately, which is fantastic. But we'll be talking about those later. So that's it. Quick one. Good luck. Let's hope Part 6 animated is at least good. I hope it is. If not, I might just binge read through it so I can get to the beautiful Part 7 that I've heard so many great things about. So many people told me that they want this part to get skipped just so they could animate Part 7. That's how much people like it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll be open-minded. I'll try my best. But that's it for today. Let me know what you think. If it is the worst part, tell me. If I'm very wrong, let me know, because, you know, that's rare. But you guys have a great day, and happy JoJo Day. And happy December. This year flew by. Peace.